So, just the other day, a couple friends and I were talking about this upcoming week, and how all the exams are going to be this week, and how the professors just love to put all their exams here, and how it just gives us so much cancer and makes us want to kill ourselves. But wait a second, that can't all be true, right? If it gives us cancer and it makes us want to kill ourselves, shouldn't we see like a spike in suicide rates as we near the holidays? When in fact the CDC says the exact opposite. Why is that? As a society, we tend to hyperbolize our situation. We have seen a drastic shift in regular news and factual relevant information into only events that interest us, that catch our attention, that makes us want to watch the news. And in many cases, that involves violence and, in this particular case, controversy such as Donald Trump. And what's interesting is that for our generation, this shift is even more dramatic. When we say, oh, it gives us so much cancer, we don't actually mean cancer. We actually don't even know what cancer entails. We don't even know what it feels like to feel the pain of cancer. Yet we say it because we feel it will give a more dramatic and metaphorical effect, that it would make us stand out more by saying, oh, this exam is giving me cancer. So why is it? Why is it that our generation has seen such this drastic language shift when other generations don't? There are a myriad of factors, and to give a broader perspective, our generation, let's say Generation Z, consists of middle schoolers, high schoolers, college students, and up to graduate students. And because of the timing of our birth, we are born into a world of technology. And with the advent of like the internet and the World Wide Web in the late 20th century, we are born into an area where forums, discussions, and anonymity is norm. And because of that, we get the pros and cons of such technology. In particular, as a younger generation, we get entertainment. And through entertainment, we are able to discuss freely, because of this anonymity, various thoughts of what we have. And sometimes this can be good, but other times this can be really bad, and sometimes brings out the worst in our personality. And perhaps the biggest example of this is through the League of Legends community. League of Legends has become a game where it's renowned for its popularity. It has 27 million active global players daily, but it is also renowned for one other thing: its toxic community. Here is just like one example of a toxic saying, and it's actually a rather mild comment about like, oh yeah, your wife is cheating on you, etc., etc. And normal people will see that and be like pretty astounded, like, wow, how could you say such a thing? But the truth of the matter is, because of the anonymity, you're able to say that and get off with it because no one knows who you are. And even if you do get banned, you can make another account and another account and another account, and you can basically get off scot-free for being toxic and mean and basically cyberbully other people. This idea of cyberbullying brings us to the next issue. We have a really big culture of depression and stress. Every day, as students, we are bombarded with so many stressors and external factors. It's completely astounding. Not only do we have to worry about academics, we need to worry about, oh, what's our future going to be like? Are we going to go into graduate school? Are we going to go into medical school? We also have to worry about the social life. Technology has made it so social media such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, it's made us have to have a good public profile. We need to be seen good in front of others. And this sort of also brings into question the ingenuity of friendship. What does it mean by friendship? Is it more of a superficial thing, or is it more of like an intimate thing? And what's interesting is that this idea of depression and stress, we need a way to cope with it. And one theoretical argument of hyperbolizing everything is to say, oh, it's our coping mechanism. What do we do when we get really stressed? We want to share it with others, right? But because all our friends are also really stressed, we want to find a way to make it interesting. We want to hyperbolize this issue. And because of that, we say, oh, we have cancer. Oh, we want to kill ourselves. So, what's the problem? if this is just a coping mechanism, it shouldn't have any problem, right? But in 2012, what was known as the Sandy Hook Elementary School Massacre, one Adam Lanza proceeded to go on a killing spree, killing 27 people, among them 20 school children and 7 adults. What was his reason? Why did he go about this? One theoretical reason was that he wanted to practice his shooting skills. Because right before his shooting massacre, he had played 16 hours of Call of Duty daily to practice his sniping skills. And as a result, this violent exposure caused him to want to enact this exact same Call of Duty, which as a reference is like a shooting game based off like warfare. He learned everything from guns to how to shoot from Call of Duty, and he reenacted it in a real life setting. And you may think that this is just a singular issue, a once in a lifetime case, but there has actually been evidence from NCBI, multiple evidence from a national database of biotechnology, of professional research, that indicates that violence exposure does lead to various forms of aggression. It not only impacts us on a societal scale, causing us to have become more socially exclusive and affect us mentally, it also leads us to act in a more aggressive manner and more likely to commit violence in real life. So what's our problem? Our solution to this is mostly to become aware of the issue. And awareness, it implies not only knowledge of that our language has an impact on others, it also impacts us how mental health and the issue of mental health is important. So I'm gonna end with this. As you guys probably know, I've been pretty sick lately, but instead of saying, oh, I have so much cancer, the sickness is killing me, I think something that's interesting and something that is relevant should not be mutually exclusive. Rather, I think it would be much more interesting to say, oh, I have acute bronchitis with tonsillitis with a minor side of fever and ear infection. Thank you.